Greetings, magical wanderers. Thank you for finding me here, and I speak you leave here with a bit more affirmative magic than you had when you arrived. Today, on this new blessed day, I have a special gift for you. Awareness. Sit, lie, sip, soak, sleep, eat, drive, or meditate while listening to this. If you do so desire to focus more on the message, I encourage you to be surrounded in peace and without distraction. Without further ado, I love you. Hunter Moon. Hello, beautiful souls, fellow magical wanderers. Thank you so much for tuning in and being here today. Thank you for all of the love and support that you have been showing me as this endeavor is growing. So is my heart unto each and every one of you, and I truly, truly appreciate it. And I'm so excited to continue sharing what all creational imagination I have to share. And thank you for supporting this platform in which I can share it. So today we are going to be doing another intuitive card reading and tapping into message, whichever is desiring to come through at this time. I'm clear channel, and through these cards the message is to appear, and may it serve your greatest, highest good at this time that will bring you to fulfillment, having any questions that you have within yourself divinely answered. And again, I'm just a channel. I'm just like you. I'm your brother, or whatever you want. Anyways, so yeah, we're just gonna get right into the cards and see what message we have to come through today for us. And I'm really feeling called towards these 4 decks here. We have the tarot deck, we have the Winged Enchantment Spirit Animal deck, oh, and then we have Spirit Song Tarot. There we go. And then we have the Mudra deck, which will be very awesome because we will learn a new mudra today in which we can use in meditation, for our manifestation practices, and also for whatever we are desiring to call forward into our lives. So without further ado, we are going to get started with the first one that I felt called to. And really, before this reading, I was feeling such a strong message coming through that an earthquake is happening. And it's not your typical earthquake. It's an energetic earthquake that is allowing old broken ground to fall away, wash away, so that new stable foundation can be built upon to build ourselves anew, to build our lives anew. So I believe that will be the question that we ask Spirit through these cards is, why is this earthquake occurring? And what can we get from this earthquake occurring? I see. So first card, I'm not going to look at it, just like I do every time. I'm just going to reveal it to you, and then I will look at it. Oh. Knight of Wands reversed. Okay. So this why this earthquake is occurring is because the old just started to fizzle out. It just started to make its way out of your life for the greatest, highest good. And it was time that something was shooken up to bring you into a new environment, into something new that brought you more closer to your true self, to passion, inspiration, magic, healing, so that you can do your healing in a space that is less stressed and less anxious and heavy feeling, dense. This card, since it is reversed, it talks about like brash decisions, getting burnt out, just a lot of this stuckness energies circulating in here and out there in life, like a restlessness. So this earthquake is occurring in a way that was unexpected, and you weren't necessarily prepared for it or had a plan for it, but here it is now. How are we going to work with it best as to how we personally can? And, you know, are we going to allow this earthquake to defeat us and us sink down with it? Or are we going to allow it to help us rebuild a more solid, stable foundation for ourselves, for our life, and for our loved ones and the collective, and for the earth, ultimately? Perhaps this card also talks about being in your prime years and moving ahead in your life in a direction that feels suitable, feels in alignment with who you are now in your life. And that being a very valid direction and decision that you're making. At the same time, make sure you have some kind of strategy plan to avoid this burnout again and create more unpredictable events that occur that can knock you all the way back to square one. You know what I mean? So that was that card. So we have both of these cards that came out. Ignore my red fingertips. I literally just juiced a bunch of beets and carrots this morning, and yeah, it kind of stains your skin. So we have the 10 of Cups, and then we have that we have this card again, this card, but they're both reversed. So this 9 of Cups reversed resembles actually an unfulfillment and a discontentment that comes from a place of things in your life that don't feel reciprocal, or things in your life that aren't offering you fulfillment. So you are dissatisfied, and it's kind of like, it's this stance that he's doing, right? It's like this, but since it's reversed, his smile that he typically has is a frown. So he's pretty discontent and dissatisfied with the unfulfillment of these cups. And ultimately, I feel that is what brought the change of the earthquake. It's shaking up the ground, shaking up the energetic vortexes in your system, and allowing things to move and flow and grow in a different way that brings you fulfillment. And you were quite dissatisfied with where you were at prior. So now you're going in a direction that offers you a lot more fulfillment and satisfaction. And again, the Ten of Cups reversed. It's the exact opposite of this typical meaning of happily ever after. Your kids are happy, your home is happy, your life is happy, you're standing under the arch of the rainbow with your 10 of fulfilled cups. Well, it's quite the opposite. The place where you were before this earthquake occurred wasn't a place of personal fulfillment, satisfaction, and you were very unhappy. You were lacking emotional connection support, mental connection support. There were all kinds of problems that you were upset with and again dissatisfied with. And, you know, a cycle ends, so another may begin. This is the cycle's end. Now, how and why are you choosing for another one to begin that actually serves your highest, greatest good? How and why? Those were our questions, and they're pretty much answered right here. This was the how, you know, this Knight of Wands, and then our why questions were answered in the Nine of Cups and 10 of Cups, reversed. Now those are cards side by side, 9 and 10, you know. So the why is because you weren't being fulfilled. You were discontent, you were dissatisfied, you were in a very unsupportive, emotional, mental connection or relationship or problem that was just not doing it for you anymore. So this earthquake had to happen, and we can use this to our advantage with this awareness. So ultimately, you are leaving this and these things that weren't satisfying your personal life needs for this, because you see that you are wanting and deserving of this, and that you can have it if you left this. So that's what's occurring in those cards. How, why? All right, now we're gonna move on to the second deck. This one I'm newly working with more and more, so still learning to interpret the visual messages, but there's a lovely book that it comes with. It reads into the card, and I will get as much as I can from these pictures, and then we'll go into the card and I will read it to you. We are going to ask Spirit how we can best use this energetic earthquake to our highest, greatest good advantage to help us move forward in life in a more satisfied way. Number 19. Look at this card. She's singing and just absolutely vibrant around these birds, around these larks that are just gracing her with this golden auric light. And there's some purple in there, which brings some intuitive power to it. The yellow is very prominent, very solar plexus, faith, God, self-oriented, confidence, vitality. And there's a lot of blue, which is throat chakra and thymus, higher heart chakra. Speaking your truth, and the blue is the ether realm and the intuitive spaces, and so it's kind of coming all together in your higher chakras here. You have the purple, the blue, a little bit of green. I don't know if you can see it. A little bit of green entwined in there. So perhaps the emotional realm is being entwined in all this magic. It's all connecting and being one with it. Then you have the yellow, very prominent yellow, speaking to your self-confidence, your vitality, your joy center. your joy, your joy, your joy. This representing your joy. How can we best use this to our advantage? We had the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Add that up, and what does that make? 19. This is number 19, the lark. So it resonates, and we're gonna see how this resonates and how we can best use this energetic earthquake to our advantage. I am lark, the endearing song of the soul. I am voice. I am wandering bard. I am everything that resonates through sound. I will teach you to use your words and how to make them magic. I will give you a purpose for everything you utter. I will give you a clear intent for every expression you release. Everything you say permeates the cosmos. I am the chant that awakens. I am the mantra that focuses thoughts. I am the love ballad and the victory song. I am here to free your voice and show you how to direct it towards your destiny. You have kept quiet too long. It's time to awaken your senses. Speak with clarity and intent. Express with depth and purpose. Pay close attention as your words reverberate around you. You are in tune with the cosmos. You are manifestation. You are harmony. You are lark. So how we can best use this energetic earthquake to our advantage is freeing our souls in speaking truth of word with intention, purpose, and direction. Allowing our victory song and no longer staying quiet. This earthquake is awakening our senses. Now we're going to move on. The second spirit animal deck, spirit song. Question for spirit at this time. How can we best use this energetic earthquake to awaken our senses back to our true self? How can we best use this energetic earthquake? Okay. Wow, look what we got here. We got reversed message, the mouse. And what are mice? Very quiet, very minute, very small, but very courageous and solution-oriented. Number 3, the Empress, the rabbit, the white rabbit, mind you. We are going to be awakening our senses in ways that bring us deeper into our own center. Going down the rabbit hole. The beauty and abundance is the Empress, and courage and solutions is the mouse. Mouse, courage and solutions. Mouse is not going to allow himself to feel trapped for too long. He knows there is a world of possibilities awaiting him, and that stumbling blocks will be conquered with courage and patience. Mouse is a quick and decisive little fellow who doesn't like to waste energy. He focuses on releasing only the energy needed to get where he needs to go. Recognize your abilities and use your inventiveness to free yourself by releasing pressures and anxieties. Focus on expanding your potential and know that you will gain momentum as you forge ahead. Keywords: courage, solutions, inventiveness, conflict, intuition, and new beginnings. This card was reversed, so I will read you the reversed message. If you're running out of options, feelings of powerlessness take hold. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Reversed keywords: surrender, denial, oppression, and frustration. The Empress, rabbit. Beauty and abundance. Embodying the feminine divine, Rabbit's world is grown from love and beauty. She is an emissary of simple pleasures and a guardian of safety and trust. Now begins a period of growth and abundance through the compassionate spirit of Rabbit. Her energy will assist you in nurturing the birth of a new idea and create beauty in your life. With patience, the finest rewards will be reaped. Expect great outcomes. Keywords are creativity, growth, beauty, abundance, comfort, sensuality, fertility, patience, and compassion. This reverse message also resonates, so I'm going to read it even though it wasn't reversed. When it feels as though efforts have been brought to a standstill, it's time to release yourself from emotional burdens. Take time out to restore harmony and balance in your life. Reversed keywords: unproductive, lack of growth, stagnation, neglect, procrastination, and poor self-image. That reverse message is what we were leaving behind in the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. All right? And these cards are how we can best use this energetic earthquake that's occurring to awaken our senses. And how we can best awaken our senses is through the embodiment of the mouse, spirit animal, courage, solution, and the rabbit, beauty and abundance. Now we're going to move on to the Mudras deck. And this deck, actually, I got by a very dear friend, soul brother of mine, along my journey, and has been serving very well, teach me a lot of different things, different mudras, and it's been a powerful implementation within my spiritual practices and my meditations. So, I'm honored to be able to be here and offer this gift unto me, unto you. So, we're going to ask Spirit, what is a mudra we can access and practice with that will best help us move through this energetic earthquake, awakening our inner senses to the truth of love, beauty and abundance, courage and solutions. Oh. Wow, look at that. Look at that. So this is purple, and what does that resemble? The ethers, the space, the intuitiveness. And this card is number 30, stillness. How we can best integrate this energetic earthquake and how we can use this symbol and this mudra to our advantage in awakening our senses is through practices of stillness. This mudra is called Shankhavarata mudra, and I will read the back for you. Shankhavarata mudra assists intuition, truth, and communication. Benefits: quiets the mind, brings breath awareness inward, opens clear communication, and supports deep listening. Supports opening the senses. Element: space. The instructions: bring the tips of all the fingers to touch, palms facing inward. Curl the right index finger inward all the way to the second joint, about like that, I believe. Hold the mudra in front of the heart center and relax, shoulders down. That's very nice. And the focus of this mudra and affirmation is, I open to sense inner stillness and knowing. This one is going to be a very powerful one, and this one I have not practiced with before, so I'm excited. And this is exactly what we asked for. Which mudra we can best integrate into our meditative practices to help us awaken our senses. And it literally says here, supports opening the senses. Stillness. Stillness is so important, not only for overall health, from spiritual to physical and everything in between, but it's also a profound practice that you can bring into your daily lives that brings you more in the center of peace and brings you out of the distractions that want to take and siphon your energy and just not replenish you or help you in return. Stillness allows you solitude and sovereignty. So if you're able to sit with yourself in stillness meditation and just observe the thoughts and feelings that come into your space, but not attach to them as they're yours. Just observe them, witness them, and watch them pass. Because as one will go out the door, more will come through the door. And it'll just be something you can view like a movie screen. Next scene, next scene, next scene, next scene. Until all these scenes eventually start to gently fade. And then you begin to have a clear mind because you allowed all that to pass through. You observed it, took what resonated, left what didn't, and then you will have such a more enjoyable practice of stillness once you have that clear mind, because then you can go into that space almost immediately and activate those senses. Anyways, these were the cards for today. I thank you all for tuning in. I speak that these messages really resonated in the way that they needed to. Take what you wanted and what resonated and left the rest for the others. And stay tuned for all the magic that I plan on releasing out to the world finally. No longer staying quiet. No longer staying blocked off from my senses. Coming into the space of unconditionally sharing the gifts that have been shared unto me. And I inspire you to do the same as I sit here doing what I love to do. Going to conclude it here. Thank you again, and stay tuned for the next intuitive card reading video. Namaste.